The Israeli Union for Environmental Defense, which is called in Hebrew Adam Teva V'Din, was founded in 1991 by Jewish lawyers and scientific experts that thought that protecting the environment in Israel means not only protecting the nature, but also protecting the public health and dealing with air pollution issues, water pollution, recycling, hazardous materials, all those kinds of things that affects people's life. Another unique aspect of our activities in the Israeli Union for Environmental Defense is the tool that we use. We are professionals. We use the legal tool and the professional tool. The people in the organization are people that are professional on those issues that we are working on, air pollution, recycling and solid waste, water issues, environmental justice, and we are using the legal tools for achieving our goals. I think the environmental movement in Israel is much younger than the movement in the United States. We learned a lot from our colleagues here in the United States. We have good professional connections with the environmentalists in the United States. Many things that were achieved in the United States already many years ago, in Israel we are just now fighting to achieve. For the example, just last week we have key steps towards passing the Clean Air Bill in Israel. The Clean Air Act in the United States passed 20 years ago. And in Israel we don't have it yet, but I'm really glad and proud to be a part of this process in Israel, because we initiated the bill, the Clean Air Bill in Israel, after consulting with many of our colleagues here in the United States. And the Knesset last week passed another step towards enacting this bill, and I hope very much that as we were promised by the Knesset, this bill is going to pass until the end of this session of the Knesset, which means in April this year. More and more research are showing now that air pollution affects our lives. For example, we have a risk assessment that we've done with the US EPA and with the Ministry of Environment that shows that 1 of each 5 children in Tel Aviv has a respiratory disease due to exposure to air pollution from particulate matters. Another worried fact that was published in this research is that more than 1,000 people are dying due to air pollution per year only in Tel Aviv. These are tremendous numbers. A few years ago, when our organization came with the claim that Israel should start thinking about global warming, should start taking upon ourselves targets to reduce emissions from greenhouse gas from Israel, people were looking at us and thought that we are crazy. I think the last year we can observe a change because the facts that were published by the United Nations and were translated to Israel by our organization, by our experts, show that Israel is going to be very much affected by global warming. The Middle East is a very sensitive area, and many from those terrible things that were predicted by the experts of the United Nations are going to occur, and extremely occur in the Middle East. And I think Israel started to think about global warming as a problem that Israel cannot ignore anymore. Although Israel is small, and although the contribution of Israel to the global warming is not big, if you look about Israel and about the contribution of Israel to global warming per capita, you can see that Israel is not a developing country. Israel is like all the developed countries in the world. I think that the day when Israel and the neighbors in the Middle East would start talking about the environment and about those issues that affect our lives, I think these are going to be the days of peace, the days that we're going to deal with the real problems and not only with the security problems as today. So I think talking with our neighbors about those problems is a very important thing for people who care about the environment in the Middle East and in Israel. You know, the pollution has no boundaries. The pollution comes and goes all over the region. And when we start dealing with those problems, I think we actually start to behave like normal neighbors.